How can you avoid confusing and prefixes? Have you ever stumbled upon the prefixes in and wondered how to use them correctly? You are not alone. These prefixes can be tricky, but understanding their origins and usage can help you avoid confusion. First, let's look at where these prefixes come from. The prefix in has roots in Latin and is often used with words that also come from Latin. For example, words like inactive, impossible, and illegal all begin with or its variations. On the other hand, comes from Germanic origins and is typically attached to words of Germanic root. Think of words like unfair, unhappy, and unknown. Next, it's helpful to recognize the different forms of in. There are variants like im, which is used before words starting with m, b, or p. For instance, immature and impossible use this form. Then there is ill, used before words starting with l, such as illegal. Lastly, is used before words starting with r, like irregular. Now let's talk about the types of words these prefixes modify. In is often used with adjectives that have Latin roots and sometimes with technical terms. In contrast, is more flexible and can be applied to a wider range of adjectives and participles from Germanic roots. This means can often be used with new or informal words. There are also some subtle differences in meaning between the two prefixes. Both mean not or the opposite of, but they can carry different nuances. For example, uninterested means lacking interest, while disinterested means impartial. While this example uses a different prefix, it shows how prefixes can change meanings. If you are ever unsure which prefix to use, a practical tip is to check the origin of the root word. Dictionaries usually indicate whether a word is of Latin or Germanic origin. When forming new words or using less common ones, is often a safer choice since it is more widely applied in modern English. To illustrate, consider these sentences. The patient was inactive during the procedure, showcasing the Latin root within. In contrast, she felt unhappy about the decision, uses the Germanic root with un. By focusing on the root word's origin and the typical patterns of prefix use, you can confidently choose between and when forming or understanding words. With practice, you will master these prefixes and enhance your language skills.